practice pay enough.
Hello there, this is Project Swift. I've come in a little bit late to this match. I've just missed the end of the draft, but this is a Captain's Mode match between Release the Kraken and Kappa. So this should be a fun little match. The draft was quite interesting, as you can see by the heroes that we've got going here. So the Kappa is going straight up armor reduction team. Everyone, well, except the Nature's Prophet, but can easily pick up a Desolator and a Medallion. That is an armor reduction team if I've ever seen one. So against that, the Release the Kraken team has picked up the Timbersaw, who can stack up armor really quickly with that reactive armor. Timbersaw's going on the off lane. Meanwhile, there's not too much other armor buffs, but there we go. Okay, DotA's back into it. Just had a little glitch going there, but the anti-mage could happily pick up. Could more than happily pick up like a Vladimir's at some point in this game, boosting all the armor of the entire team, as well as maybe the Razor, or God knows if the Visage gets enough of it. Could pick up an Assault Cuirass as well, and that will definitely help boost the team. This Timbersaw has been spotted out by this ward going up, but does get to sneak in there and place that ward blocking that creep. Alright, I'm going to run through it super quickly. My DotA's running really clunky at the moment. Just seeing if I can fix... Oh, no! I think I know what's going on. I'm going to have to pause this cast and come back to it. I'm sorry. I'm back into it. My computer's fixed, ready to go. I haven't missed too much from this so far. No first bloods have been given away or anything, but I'll quickly run through and introduce the players while there's not too much happening. So Passerfish is on the Timbersaw solo off lane. Jacobson will be playing the Razor solo mid. Clear Glass is jungling Chen. Pings are happening bottom lane. But Clear Glass is jungling the Chen. Yuki is the support on the Visage. Anti-Mage, they're both going in the Nature's Prophet, getting a good few bashes in, but I don't think they're going to be able to finish it off. Anyway, Jabba Wabba Slabber is playing the anti-mage, taking up the carry role. Anyway, on the Dire team, Artigus is playing Naga Siren, looks to be going support Naga Siren. The Nature's Prophet is being played by Based Siren, solo long lane, still only level 1 going. Timbersaw has just ticked over to level 2, so falling behind the Timbersaw a little bit. We Are the Prestige is on the Alchemist, on the safe lane, while a solo mid Dazzle, which is interesting, is being played by the Cheese Stands Alone, and D3 is supporting on the Vengeful Spirit. But this solo mid Dazzle looks to be in a pretty good position as the support comes in and picks up that kill on the solo mid Razor. So that Dazzle's not doing too bad at the moment. That's a bit awkward for the Razor, I think. Just got caught in an awkward position there. The Dazzle kept beating on him from the uphill, whereas the Razor was standing downhill, getting that miss chance up, and then the supports came in. But, oops, wrong button. There we go, last hits nice. So the Razor is definitely leading the last hits, but that Dazzle getting the first blood sort of brings him back into the game. So this mid lane, I feel, with those last hits denies, balanced up against the level 1 first blood, I think is running a fairly even at the moment. So that's a really interesting choice of mid lane. I know that they're going like serious, the Kappa team is going serious armor reduction, so having that Dazzle does make sense, but I don't know about putting him mid lane. I feel that you could have possibly put the Naga Siren mid. Naga Siren does make a good mid. You sort of run him similar to Dragon Knight with that Riptide, the buff going on the Riptide there, reducing it to 10 seconds. They're going on the Nature's Prophet here, putting a little bit of damage in. The Visage is does have that extra level, throws that nuke in just as the Nature's Prophet sneaks away, but I think it was a little bit too late and he just lost the charges as he threw it, not doing too much damage. But back to the Naga Siren. The Naga Siren does make a good mid, similar to Dragon Knight. You sort of run in, get those last hits that you can, but you use the low cooldown on Riptide to farm. So you sort of wander up, go Riptide, especially with its low cooldown, and right now Razor's in an awkward situation, gets nuked off again! This double damage Dazzle catching him out, getting that massive slow with the Poison Touch, and the huge nuke. Shadow Wave does catch a lot of people off. It does do quite a lot of damage, like 160 physical damage at level 1. Can definitely catch some people out if they're not expecting it. It's just sudden BOOM! Melee heroes wandering in to try and pick up those last hits or something, you just go heal. Yeah, so just had a disconnect at the moment. Oh, really? Well, that's not very nice. Alright, coming back in, we had a little disconnect there. Wasn't sure if he was coming back, so I did pause the stream, but yes, he did come back, it was just a little disconnect. Yep, there we go. Things happen, came back, it's all good, let's continue on with this match. I've completely lost my train of thought though. For whatever I was chatting about before, I don't know, things are happening. But yeah, I think, yeah, just that straight up nuke damage from the Shadow Wave. Interesting choice here from the Dazzle. I guess it does make sense. Has gone up to the extra level. Oh, this Nature's Prophet is in a seriously dangerous situation right now. That extra damage, that nuke will get that kill. Definitely. That slow, the body blocks, and then all that mana reduction from mana break. It's possible, as like the anti-mage is going in a fairly aggressive lane up against this Nature's Prophet, it is possible that he could have leveled up mana break for that extra damage rather than just boosting up the blink. Could have just got one level in the blink, but perfectly fine to play it the safe way and max out the blink. That 5-second blink makes you so much harder to kill when ganks come in. But yes, this Dazzle's choice to go the extra level in Poison Touch, usually not seen, that's probably going to kill him, usually not seen very often on the Dazzle, but because it does do a fair bit of extra damage with that extra level up, he's going to tick over and he's going to die out of that Dazzle. Yeah, it does, as you can see there, duration of 10 seconds, damage I'm pretty sure the damage ticks over every second, so it's 320 damage on level 4, so it's a fair bit of damage. That is offset by the fact that it is physical damage, so it is reduced by armor. But if you look at the moment, Razor's armor, oh well there you go, 25%, so same as the magic resistance at this level. The Alchemist is getting aggro, has thrown down his Acid Spray, trying to thought about throwing a few hits. Timsaw wanders up, Whirling Death, stat loss of 15% on that one, so 15% of the Alchemist's strength will have disappeared. Alchemist is not a high stat based hero, as some of you may know. He relies a lot on his ultimate to bring out that damage and all that extra buffs, gives him that extra health. As you can see, 750 bonus health, 60 bonus health regen, bonus mana regen, all that sort of stuff. So Alchemist doesn't have very high stats, doesn't have a very high stat gain, but that is offset by how much he gains from his ultimate. So that's where his main power is. But that stat loss from things like Whirling Death does affect Alchemist a fair bit because he doesn't have that base stats to start with. Ooh, there we go. Dazzle has picked up a Medallion of the Courage, so he was probably going straight, like, on the raise he goes, Medallion of Courage, and I'll probably even goes, how it should be going is he should be casting Poison, threw it in on the, threw it in on Chen, he just has a haste rune. But yes, the way that Dazzle should be doing it, I feel, is if he throws out the Poison, because it goes, ticks 1, 2, 3, and then stuns, and then the damage starts going off. So as soon as the stun hits, that's when you throw your Medallion of Courage. That will do the most damage to them. This Alchemist in not too much trouble, especially as this Nature's Prophet is teleported in from behind. This is a really awkward moment. These pauses. Yep, okay, all good. Yep, Razor's coming back in, teleporting out. This Alchemist doesn't have a stun. A armor reduction thing was thrown out, but we've got 5 top going in after this Timbersaw, and I think this Timbersaw's going down. 1, 2, 3. He's definitely going to die to something. Nature's Prophet picks up the last hit with an auto attack there. So all 5 top for that kill. Also the defense on the carry, but meanwhile Anti-Mage is farming. He's getting pretty close. He does have his Perseverance, has that Claymore, so still 1,000 to go. Yeah, still at a little over 1,000 gold to go, but he will get there in the end. So if he's if he's able to continue free farming like this, will be a little bit scary. Alchemist is free farming though as well, has got that Grievel's Greed up, so getting plenty of gold under his belt. I'm curious as to what he's going to go for. He's opted against going items like phase boots. He's pumping up a Battle Fury as well, spending all his money straight out trying to get those ones. So it will be a bit of a farm fight here. Alchemist going head to head with the Anti-Mage. That Grievel's Greed going up against the flash farming abilities. Razor goes down to the 3 supports in the center. But yeah, Grievel's Greed going up against the flash farming blink ability of Anti-Mage. So see how it goes. We'll take a quick look at the Anti-Mage did pick up the kill on the bottom tower there, so that's going to get him a lot closer to his Battle Fury. But there we go, net worth. So currently the Anti-Mage is in front, but he's only just squeaking in front, and that would be that tower. That would be the extra gold from the tower there. So despite being like 10 last hits ahead of the Alchemist, only just squeaking in front by that by the tower kill. So Grievel's Greed is doing its work, and as all of you know, free farming Alchemist is dangerous and scary. Also, free farming Anti-Mage is dangerous and scary, so it will be a fight of the heavyweights. One thing to worry about is that the Kappa team on Dire are going to have so much armor reductions, so Alchemist's damage, like the damage that the Alchemist will be able to do against the Anti-Mage, he will have a lot less effective HP due to his lower armor. That will be a bit difficult for the Radiant team to offset. So, like I said before, earlier on in the cast, the Anti-Mage does have that option of going a Vladimir's Offering. Give him lifesteal, give him that armor. Will also give his team the rest of the armor. That bonus armor to all his supports. I would seriously consider for somebody on Release the Kraken on the Radiant team to pick up an Assault Cuirass, because, like, without a doubt, somebody on the Dire team is going to pick up an Assault Cuirass as well. Dazzle's going head to head with this Razor. Razor's taking a lot of damage, gets nuked off by Nature's Prophet's ultimate. This Dazzle's going head to head with the Razor. Razor's having a really rough time. I feel it's quite a little bit surprising. I feel that there could be a bit of a skill difference between the Razor and the Dazzle. I do know that Cheese stands alone. I play with him a little bit. He's got quite a few wins under his belt. I don't know the Razor personally, so there could be a skill difference, but it could just be like Razor could just be caught completely off guard by what's happening here. Often those cute little pocket strats that you see people doing, just suddenly something pops out. Things like an entire armor reduction team. Sometimes people just don't expect it and they get caught off guard by like these things that they're just unexpected and they haven't really versed before. So that could be happening here. And as you see, this Razor's taken a lot of damage. So his physical resistance when the Medallion of Courage is on him is next to nothing, but meanwhile in the top lane the Radiant team do get a double kill, and it's could be a triple kill? Nope. They just sort of Nargasayan sings, backs off, and yes, both the Visage and the Timbersaw realise they're not going to dive in under the towers, especially not with the Nature's Prophet and the teleport support available from those from the other supports, such as the Dazzle. But yes, that is a very important kill for the Radiant team, managing to pick off that Alchemist. Alchemist has finished his Battle Fury. I feel Anti-Mage has also finished his Battle Fury. They're both sitting so even, but now Anti-Mage is starting to peel away, has got an extra 900 gold over the top of the Alchemist. The net worth? Yeah. Phew! Oh, excuse me. I'm just getting a little sneeze there. But yes, yeah, the Anti-Mage has got just that little bit of extra gold, still just squeaking ahead of the Alchemist at the moment, so we'll see if he starts to peel away now that he's able to flash farm. God, these sneezes. Excuse me. But yes, now that the Anti-Mage is able to flash farm, getting those jungling that way, pushing this creep. That was weird. Just drew like a triple line there. But yes, being able to push up there, being able to push the creep wave up there, and then coming back, blinking through all this, all the jungle there, and then going straight back and pushing it straight up again. That's the flash farming way of the Anti-Mage, especially with Battle Fury. He's able to clear the jungle so quickly with Blink and Battle Fury. So, another important kill on the Alchemist there. They just caught him off as I was explaining that, yeah, that pathing. So Alchemist has been picked off with that Battle Fury, picking up that Battle Fury. He is quite susceptible to nukes at the moment. As I was saying before, he doesn't have that innate survivability, but Razor's getting picked off a fair bit. Chen could send it back to base right now, does have the Test of Faith, does choose to heal the Razor, but needs to send it back to base. He's got this Test of Faith, send it back 5 seconds. He's not gonna die, he doesn't have a poison on him, so Razor does sneak away. Chen, you need to send people back, use that Test of Faith, you have so much mana. It's an excellent ability being able to send people back to base. Pretty much the person who gets initiated on soaks up so much damage, send them back to base. They can heal up and teleport straight back into the fight. Excellent ability, you just need to use it correctly. You can accidentally send people back to base who don't need to be sent back to base, but usually the person who is being initiated on, soaking up all that damage, they're the one to cast it on. But where I was before with this Alchemist, with the Alchemist picking up the Battle Fury, he's lost a lot of his innate survivability because he doesn't have much stats, as I was explaining earlier, and relies on his ultimate for that survivability. But at level 1, it doesn't provide too much. An extra 250 damage, the 15 health per second definitely helps. It doesn't make him that indestructible tank that he can become later on in the game. So yes, he's sort of being caught out, especially by this Timber Sword, taking a lot of his health away with that Whirling Death. There you see right there, just went straight through, took away half, like at least half to 3/4 of the Alchemist's life with a single combo of all his spells, and Visage finished him off. Meanwhile, Dazzle is continuing to like pick off this Razor a fair bit. Razor's picked up a Tranquil Boots, which I feel is probably not a great item choice. Should have saved up trying to get treads. Needs to sort of increase that innate tankiness that Razor has. Razor needs to be in the center of fight. He needs to be able to static link those critical targets and get in there and throw Eye of the Storm on all those supports, those low life supports around. And Timbersaw is probably going to be going down, does manage to jump out of a net, but the Alchemist comes straight back in, throws a 4 second stun on top of him, and he's not getting away from that. Timbersaw did do a last ditch effort, threw out a Chakram. Timber Chain was still on cooldown when he got stunned, so not getting out of that one. This Nature's Prophet, catching up a bit on farm, has picked up a Hand of Midas and has started to sort of generic split push, doing that Nature's Prophet thing, jumping into fights when he's needed, but is looking to pick up a Shadow Blade as well. So that will increase the amount of safety, like increase the level of safetiness that he'll get from split pushing and farming, so it will be more difficult for supports to jump in on him. Visage has picked up a Medallion of Courage. Decent item choice, always a good item choice on Visage, as those familiars do plenty of physical damage, but There we go, people being sent back to base, anti-mage goes back. It's picked up a Yasha. So we'll be looking to go a Manta style. Manta style, very standard item on anti-mage. It is really, really good because his mana break goes so well with it. But because the Alchemist has picked up that Battle Fury, Alchemist will be able to cleave down those illusions relatively easy. It is possible that action's going on here. This Timbersaw, the Anti-Mage jumps in, does a lot of damage to that, to the Vengeful Spirit, but in the meantime the Timbersaw does go down to that poison from the Dazzle. Dazzle has put Shallow Grave on himself, but there's no way he's getting away, and just to seal the deal, the Anti-Mage throws his ultimate on that one life. Dazzle just goes, get out of my face, Dazzle. Slam dunk. But yes, as I was saying, Manta style, not sure if it's the greatest choice against the Battle Fury Alchemist. He could have opted out, gone for a slightly different fighting item. Maybe a Black King Bar against all this armor reduction. Could have kept his armor up for a good 10 seconds as he's taking all that magic. Meanwhile, Alchemist is pushing top lane. Could have also just gone straight for... Ooh, Visage picks up a kill on the Naga Siren before the Naga Siren could start singing. And right now, Based Siren, a slightly different Siren, Nature's Prophet, is taking a lot of damage from these other supports. They do manage a kill to kill off one, maybe two familiars, I think. But Alchemist on the top lane does pick up that top tower. The Timbersaw tried to sort of fend him off a little bit, didn't manage to get much done. Timbersaw's opting for a Bloodstone. Bloodstone is not seen as often on the Timbersaw these days, due to the semi-recent changes that were done to Timbersaw. Timbersaw's intelligence gain was increased by a fair bit, bumped up to 2.4. I think it was 1.8. It was quite small, his intelligence gain, but it's been bumped up. It got bumped up fairly significantly, and also Chakram, the mana cost on Chakram was reduced quite a bit. So he's able to spam his spells much more and doesn't need that really large amount of regen that Bloodstone gives him. Don't get me wrong, Bloodstone is still a fantastic item, but he does have the option of going more cost-effective utility items, and straight in this Visage cops a 4-second stun to the face. Timbersaw's doing what little he can, tries to pick off this Vengeful Spirit. I don't know if he's going to get swapped out. Timber Chain goes off, just missed it, and no, Dazzle does get the kill. That poison, stun is thrown in, 2-second stun thrown in on the Chen, and Chen goes down, giving that Alchemist a double kill. Net worth is still sneaking, still just under the Anti-Mage, so Anti-Mage is doing quite well. Damn it. All this action is making me lose my train of thought. I was thinking about something just before. Was chatting about it. Who was it? I can't remember. Oh well. Couldn't have been that important. Oh yes, Timbersaw. Yeah, the option for going more sort of utility regen items like a Yule's Scepter, Urn. That Urn is quite good on Timbersaw. We'll still get the Arcane Boots. Arcane Boots are fantastic on Timbersaw, but getting items like Yule's allows you to initiate. You can Timber Chain in, throw out lots of spells. You can Yule's Scepter somebody, and that allows the rest of your team to follow you up and sort of target that critical target that has been Yule's. So it gives him much better initiation abilities. Urn also gives him that boost of extra damage, adds that little bit of extra support. So it's not critical that you go Bloodstone on him. Still a good item, but there are many other items that you can purchase. This Alchemist has picked up his Shadowblade, a little while ago, I believe. Has picked up a Hyperstone now, so he is picking up that Assault Grass, that much feared Assault Grass. Somebody else on Team Kappa will probably be looking to get a Desolator soon. I feel it's going to be... what's going here? The mechanisms getting built up on the Naga Siren. And yes, I feel that Nature's Prophet's going to be getting a Desolator just to go with the team, just get all that armor reduction going. And then some of these heroes, the supports, especially Chen, Chen's going to be having a rough time. Has picked up both a Mechanism and a Ring of Basilius, so has +8 armor, gets a little bit of survivability. Anti-Mage just cops a large stun to the face and so much armor reduction. There we go, he's just taking so much damage from that Alchemist. Heaps of armor reduction onto him. The Dazzle ult was blown, the Medallion of Courage was used, and fighting underneath that acid. That is a lot of armor to lose, and you saw how much damage he was taking. So Anti-Mage has picked up a Reaver, is opting to go Heart of Tarask. I would probably suggest, especially at this point with like what the enemy team is picking up, they don't have that much nuke damage. They get a little bit, don't get me wrong, but most of their damage is coming through physical attacks and armor reduction. Anti-Mage probably should have opted for a Butterfly. The extra armor the Butterfly gives you, the extra agility. Nagasiren jumped in. Nagasiren's song, but did go down as that song was starting. That caused the death of the Nature's Prophet. One big nuke coming into the Vengeful Spirit. The Razor follows it up, and then Alchemist comes straight into the backline and picks off that Chen. They don't have an Anti-Mage to fight this at the moment, so a Weave has been thrown on top of by the Dazzle. Alchemist is coming straight back in, charging that stun. He's going to cop 2 of them. He's going to get 2 of them in that stun. Dazzle did manage to Shallow Grave himself, but Familiars came in, stunned that Alchemist for a moment, stopping him getting that double kill at the moment. Well, he did get a double kill, stopped him getting a triple kill. So good micro of the Familiars there, but he did pick up the kill on the Razor. Centaurs coming in. They do get that kill on the Dazzle as the Anti-Mage has jumped straight back in, blinking into a fight here. This Vengeful Spirits popped in. The Alchemist popped his stun and his Shadow Blade going straight on top of the Timbersaw. Anti-Mage is jumping in. Familiars have done a bit of damage. That was a miscast. The Anti-Mage miscast his Mana Void, missed that Alchemist, and hit the Vengeful Spirit again. That was huge. Massive, massive swap from the Vengeful Spirit there. Excellent, excellent play. Whew, that was a good fight. But yeah, like, just missing those kills there. The Alchemist turning around, coming and getting that, like, murdering the Timbersaw. Just did so much damage to him. All the armor reduction that is flying around. The Timbersaw's extra armor, like, extra reactive armor, is not holding up to the test. Extra 16 armor is nothing in the face of what the Dire team can take away from them right now. Oh, picking up the kill. Good kill on the Vengeful Spirit there. Familiar scouting them out, managing that stun on the invisible Alchemist as well. So Alchemist did manage to get away. This ward spotted them out, but still got caught out. Nagasiren doing what little farm he can. Does have the money for a Mechanism and has just picked that up. So a little bit of a slow Mechanism on the Dire team, but like I said, that's not what they're focusing on. They're just getting those armor reduction and damage items up, trying to get as much physical damage going as possible. Dazzle picked up a Mystic Staff, got a Drums and a Mystic Staff as well, so could be going Sheepstick, could also be going a Shiva, so I feel that a Shivas might be helping in this game. Especially against the Anti-Mage. So as the Anti-Mage has opted for a Mantis style, that minus 40% attack speed will be helping a lot against those illusions. Also, the melee aspect of it will be able to slow that Anti-Mage down and sort of get away, sort of nullify him a little bit in a team fight, and hopefully let that Alchemist run rampant with the attack speed and the armor reduction that he's got going for the moment. It's looking grim. I don't know, the Radiant team have been doing well in some fights. I think a couple of their item choices are a little bit off. Some of their team fights have been a little bit off as well, so I think the Dire are looking in a pretty good position. But it's not that far ahead, and right now the Alchemist is coming in, does have a stun. Does he have a stun? Yes, he does throw it on the Timbersaw, but turns around and runs away. Another stun is thrown in on the Timbersaw, and right now the Alchemist is going nuts, comes in, throws out Timber Chain. Nagasiren will not get a song out, gets taken out by too many things, stunned by the Familiars before he can get anything off. Alchemist used that Shadow Blade. The Radiant do need some detection on their team. They haven't picked up any dust, they haven't picked up any sentry wards or any gems or anything yet. Razor's been slowed down, but the Timbersaw jumps in, does heaps of damage. Also, the Anti-Mage jumps in, ults their Vengeful Spirit, does get their last hit on him before he gets trapped in the trees. The Anti-Mage going straight in, one more hit, yes, does pick up the kill on the Nature's Prophet. Meanwhile, the Vengeful Spirit died here to somebody else. I missed who got that kill there. Vizachen got the kill on the Vengeful Spirit, apparently. Or whoever... No, the Naga Siren was... I'm confused. No, the Dazzle was the one getting away. It didn't get killed. Alchemist is coming in, has that max charge stun going straight on top of the Timbersaw. Few hits, does get the kill on Timbersaw. All his damage is being stolen. This Nagasong's going off. Razor's still draining damage. Alchemist is at negative a bajillion damage at the moment. Not doing any damage per hit, so he's had to back off. That's going to take him out of the fight completely for this. He's not going to be able to do any damage. The Radiant takedown, 2 racks. Now that is a turnaround. Good kill from Dazzle there. But they're sticking around. They've cleared this racks. One of them are down. There's 5 of the Dire team up, and they're going to get this kill on Shen. Anti-Mage has teleported, blinked away, and teleported out, so they do lose 2. The Radiant team do lose 2 from sticking around a little bit too long. I feel as soon as they taken those racks, they should have backed out and run away. The Alchemist damage came straight back up. Like, it was down for the period of time that they were taking the racks. As soon as racks was taken, should have backed off. Alchemist had his full damage in. He was a serious threat again. Excellent damage drain by Razor. Razor got off the damage drain. Alchemist really should have ran away as soon as they were sleeping. But in retaliation, the Dire team do pick up the Roshan. Getting those 2 kills on the Radiant team means that the Radiant could not go for or could not contest the Roshan. So straight away, Dire team just went straight in there, picked it up. So that's a good little consolation prize for the Dire team, I feel. Nature's Prophet has opted to not go a Desolator, has picked up an Ultimate Orb, so it's probably going, probably picking up that Sheepstick, trying to, well, that means that the Dazzle is probably going, yes, Dazzle is going Sheepstick as well, going that dual Sheepstick, try and shut down that Anti-Mage in fights. Anti-Mage has picked up Skull Basher as well as the Alchemist, so Anti-Mage picked up the Heart, whereas the Alchemist has picked up the Assault Cuirass, so they're sitting pretty even. They're sort of like going 1 for 1 with items at the moment. I still feel that if the Anti-Mage could have swapped out the Manta Style for something different, definitely I feel should have gone a Butterfly instead of a Heart of Tarask. Yes, one way or another, I really feel that he could have like swapped out the Manta Style for a Butterfly. Just gotten that straight up instead of the Manta Style. That's just my feeling. Not 100% all the time. Just something to consider out there. Like, I see a lot of anti-mages just go a set build. Razor's getting picked off by that Alchemist, no real trouble there. But yes, I see a lot of anti-mages just follow the strict build, and strict build does work a lot. It's a good build, don't get me wrong. Dazzle gets taken down before he can Shallow Grave himself. Alchemist murders the Chen in like a few hits. Dazzle did manage to get his ultimate off on these heroes, so they're losing armor as we speak. It's about halfway done, so they're gonna be losing more armor. Razor brought back, cops a net and a stun to the face. Dazzle is brought back as well, so the anti-mage is doing split push. There we go. That's one thing that I neglected to mention from that Manta Style. It gives the anti-mage wicked split pushing abilities. So yeah, that's one thing I missed out on. Alchemist throws a stun on the Timbersaw, turns around, murders the Razor. Good stuns there from them Familiars. This Visage has been really on the ball with those Familiar stuns. It's been great to watch. And Timbersaw does manage to Chimchane out. Anti-Mage does get that rack, so they manage to pick it off. That split push doing well. And these illusions taking out this Dazzle. They're doing lots of damage, but now that this Dazzle has run out of mana, really negates the amount of damage that Anti-Mage can do. But excellent distraction by the Radiant team, or well, I say excellent distraction by the Radiant team. Could have been a poor choice of targets from the Dire team. But yes, Anti-Mage does manage to get the top racks out of that whole fight, so excellent trade for the Radiant team. And I take this back, the Radiant team were looking in my opinion, to be on shaky ground. But that turnaround in the mid there, getting that Rax managing to drain all the damage on the Alchemist, getting that mid Rax has really turned this around. They're doing really well. Yeah, in my opinion, I feel that they came from behind. Excellent, good job. And just I want to take a quick look. Nope, I'm completely wrong. They were probably about here. Looks like the Radiant were there at that point that I was chatting about. So yeah, they were ahead. There's the wonder of the gold graphs. They were ahead, but they weren't ahead too much. It was only 1,000 gold, which is pretty negligible at this point of the game. Yeah, it would have been like 25 minutes into the game. Dazzle's going head to head with a couple of ancients. A little familiar runs in and stuns the Dazzle, so just a bit of annoyance there, taking a bit of extra damage from the ancients. The familiar sneaks off into the bushes. He does. That's interesting. There you go. The familiars do take poison damage. Wasn't quite enough to kill him, as the familiar does have 450 health. But yeah, so physical damage. So dazzle spells do hurt familiars. Oh, Anti-Mage has picked up an Abyssal Blade, but he missed it. He Abyssal Bladed that Vengeful Spirit, jumped straight in, and took a lot of damage from that Alchemist. Alchemist turned around, bashed him, stunned him, did heaps of damage, but the Anti-Mage wasn't quite enough. The Anti-Mage was able to blink away. Now he's regenerating all that health back from the Heart of Taras. 4 heroes from the Radiant team pushing straight into bottom. We've got the Naga's going to come round from behind, looks like. Does have that Song of the Siren up, so could catch a bunch of heroes out. The Alchemist and the Dazzle. Dazzle taking a lot of damage, doesn't manage to Shallow Grave, so he's not going to have his ultimate for this fight. Dazzle's ultimate does work through Song of the Siren, so you can throw it on, get an extra 6 seconds of armor reduction. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the Anti-Mage does kill off the Nature's Prophet. Is killing off a few buildings and has gone straight onto the Ancient. Meanwhile, in the middle of this fight, lots of chaos is ensuing everywhere. Vengeful Spirit trades for a Razor. Naga Siren gets to pick up that kill. The Alchemist goes down. The Aegis was so close to being reclaimed. And then GG is called. There we go. So Anti-Mage doing all that work. That split pushing power going straight to the throne. Can he finish it within the 10 seconds? Don't think so, but Alchemist is turning around, murdering as many people as possible. In the meantime, Timbersaw gets the kill on the Alchemist, ends his godlike streak. Visage gets the kill on Naga Siren. And there we go. GG. Excellent game. Great. Really exciting game. Sorry about the few pauses. Sorry about coming in late to this match. But excellent match. Lots of fun to cast. Lots of fun to watch. Thank you very much for watching with me. Thank you very much for enjoying the cast. And thank you to all you players for playing. It's fantastic. This is Project Swift from DotA is Hard, signing out.